Took back. Hello guys, and roguelings, and anyone that isn't a rogueling and just popped by to watch this sexy ass video, which is just a simple flyby of what we've been doing lately. Well, not me in particular, not Kai in particular, considering the fact that his laptop was stolen on the bus, which is kind of a bad consequence, considering the fact that we're going to need him very soon, and we also want him back. I personally do as well, because he's a badass, and so therefore he should come back. Really, he should be back online, but he's up in Canada right now, so if you're wondering, where's that Kai? He's up in Canada, obviously chilling with his other friends. Basically at the end of the month, somewhere around the end of this month, he'll be on his way to Wales, which I do need to tidy up my room, so he can, well, I'll probably end up tidying the room when he's told the day of his flight. So then I'll just rush up and tidy up the room like mad and wait until he arrives. My mum will probably end up picking up from the airport, taking him home to our area, because we offered to allow him to sleep in our house, because obviously hotel's not fun to do. But usually he travels alone when he's out in Canada, but he does have a ton of friends. So obviously, you know, the reason for him moving over here is because he doesn't know anybody except for me and partially my mother. But anyway, back to this subject. You were met with a lovely interface. This is the reason why Leo hasn't been on much, and the reason why I haven't been able to record with anyone. Except for Dennis. Basically, when we mentioned that we are going to be working on virtual adventures, this is the engine for it that Leo has been designing, and zERO, which is Z and then ERO in capitals, is a project that we'll be doing also. That means that we connect indie gamers, indie game designers really, and advertising the games entirely for the price, entirely out for free. So we'll have the website up, and you guys, if any of you are indie game designers, or your game maker projects can go there. Any news posts, such, you will be introduced to Leo, and he'll run you through the basics of advertising your game design. So we're hoping to bring gamers together and such. But onto the main area of this. The reason why I've been given this personally as well is to test, as I like to do. The version is 0.0.67, well 6.7 actually. Music by Kai, it's not there yet. Leo does need to touch up on that part where it should say a level design by me. Duh. Because I'm the one doing all the level designing here. But he's all doing the graphics and the engine, and Kai will soon to be using the music. But the story is entirely out of all of us. So obviously, if it's going to be a random ass story for each character, and it's going to be, sometimes, knowing me, it'll probably be one of the craziest storylines you'll ever be in. Now, this is just a quick playthrough of what will be achieved. Just ignore the terrible, you know, sprites right at the moment. Those will be retextured. But this is a pretty interesting game that we will soon be designing. See, now, Leo does kind of need to sort out his life right there. Talking signs and everything. which this little fellow over here, which is the fluid, which is slash water, it's fluid in the actual, but I believe that I can become a Jesus and just walk over it, which is something that Leo needs to work. This is, I believe this is some type of power up. There will be more enemy types soon on. They won't be just zombies, because we don't want just zombies. Stupid thing to have is always zombies. Never have too much zombies, but terminal password. Lol, Leo has a pancake. Aww. But it features many different areas. That's an empty sign. The level editor is fairly simple, depending on what you define simple as. Sadly, zombies cannot get up. So I'm going to be Jesus and... See? Something that Leo also needs to work out. That's kind of silly, the fact that that happens. Now it won't take me to the... Right, enter. Ah! Right guys, wait there. We're back again, and we kind of had problems getting out of that. But do not be conceived by how buggy this is at times. Now this, my friends, is all the beautiful level editor. Problem is with this is it's still in progress. So these are the following items that you can get. That's a ladder. This is the player spawn, this is fluid, this is glass, this is the enemy, which are douchebags. These are steps. And you just simply press R to test it out. So, wait a minute, why am I using ladders? Thing is, if Leo does keep the idea of using the up and down key to browse through your options, then that's good. If not, then this one, every time he releases a version to me, he knows that I have a crappy scrolling mouse. So obviously he'll change it so that I can do this. Fairly good thing to use. Thank you, Leo, for doing that to me. Well, actually for allowing me to use this button. Now, point being is, it's just like kind of like platform racing, platform racer, 2 and 3 in 1. But due to the fact of how the water reacts, except you actually do fall through it properly. I'm Jesus. But then there's a slight glitch of this. Unless that is that you don't want to jump height. Okay, that's a pretty high jump height then. But you can glide for nearly any object, except for the ladder, of course. That's the point, though. Now steps just work like steps, going down and up them. And while it's a fairly simple level editor, but soon I hope that to be a much more complex one. Now you can overlap certain blocks. I think it'll add more or less more ability to it. As you can tell, it's going darker. And there we go, broken glass. It can be done with the water also. I do sense a lot of people coming up with ideas like being able to jump like that. But this is a fairly terrible review. I had some testing purpose, but I'll be looking more into it. And there's a few bugs here and there, like being able to Jesus on water, which you shouldn't be, because, well, actually probably Jesus, because if you notice here, I will put a sea of water. I'll put a sea of, wait, oh, I'm level 2. You will then have the ability to Jesus all everywhere. Although I do believe you should be able to force to be at least underwater. Considering the fact that speed is kind of reduced, you can still properly Jesus. Then once you fall down, your speed in the water is quick as well, which that means sorting. But if you just generally went to the top, there's somehow a slight glitch that you stay at the top. I did it just a second, but there is that type of glitch that you can do. That will be sorted soon, because Leo will see this video and fix his problems and make it so that your movement should be reduced to with each layer of water. So yeah, this is my review slash, I don't know, announcement type of video. I had to use Screencast-O-Matic because Fraps wouldn't detect this, and obviously it's evil to me, and I'll end up doing a Firefall video after this, which is a very good MMO slash FPS, which is pretty interesting. So, I hope you guys look out for that.